Okay. And sorry, I'll adjust the overlay in a second. Here we go. Sure, right. Awesome. Yep, this is the first map of the final Copenhagen Games Razor Domination Tournament. We have MC facing Kaz, the Korean player, against Kaz, the Terran player in red from Team Empire. He's starting at the start position to the left of Metalopolis. We have the MLG version of the map, so the players are not able to spawn in close position, which is quite nice for the game. It actually enables us to see a game that is supposed to last a little bit longer. And we have the player from Korea. We have MC spawning at the bottom of the map. He's just spawning as the blue Protoss player, and I'm actually quite eager to cast this match. It's going to be a best of 7. It's going to be a best of 7, so we will see a lot of games, and those two players really have been playing in a top shape. Kaz is a little bit nervous. He has been telling us that earlier on that this is basically his first big offline tournament, and playing on the stage is always it's new to him, and therefore he is nervous about it. He was talking to Grubby earlier on as well, and right now he needs to focus because he's facing one of the best Protoss players in the world. He's facing MC, and MC is using the account Bliss Event A, so don't wonder about that. And well, placing down his first gateway, and we already see the gas being taken by the Protoss player. I'm actually eager to know what Kaz is going to do, because he's been playing so well, and he mentioned in the interview after his match against Grubby that the TVP matchup is actually not his favorite matchup. He has been really good at it, but the last few weeks have been a little bit, it was a change for him. He basically admitted that the matchup is not his best. He's much better in TVT, and as we learned in the interview, and he's just going for the command center. He's upgrading it to the orbital command, being scouted by the Protoss player. Right now we already have one supply depot being placed by Kaz in the smoke screen, so that he actually has a chance of realizing if his opponent is going for a pylon right over there, or might even drop with a War Prison play in the late game. Right now we have a tech lab for Kaz. Once again, he's calling down his first mule, and of course with the close air positions we might even see Banshees by the Terran player. The Protoss player is going for an assimilator. It's harvesting from 2 geysers, and MC played really well. He had kind of a hard time against Joe on the first map. The Danish Protoss player actually was able to nearly win the map on Lager Caverns. Then the game dropped. They had to replay it, and well, MC was able to defend against the cannon rush from Joe, which was a very enjoyable, very entertaining game by those two players. And Joe certainly put up a show. He joined SK Gaming recently, and MC playing for OGS. So right now we see another scout for Kaz, and sorry, not for Kaz, but for MC, and annihilated by the Reaper. The Reaper out of the barracks immediately goes in for the kill, takes the scout down, and we have Kaz opting for a command center, trying to build another one. And right now, let's have a look at the barracks. We see already the concussive shells and the first Marauder, whereas the player from the Ukraine is going for the Xel'Naga Watchtower, just scouting a little bit because obviously MC was aware of the situation, put the Stalker right at the edge, so there was no way that Kaz could jump up there with his Reaper in order to scout his opponent. And we have a Stargate opening, which is very strong on close air positions on Metalopolis. So we will see Void Rays, by MC. He's getting 2 additional gateways right now, and a Void Ray attack is very strong against Terran, especially if you support it with some units, with some gateway units as well. Soccer and Heiser Ops have been playing this strategy against Terran players and been very successful with it. It all comes down to how many Marines are actually being built by the Terran player. And one thing that we've seen is that some Protoss tend to just wait until they get a second Void Ray out. MC just rallied his unit directly into the main base of his opponent, and as we can see, hey, I'm pretty good. How about you?
Hey, what's up?
Well, just casting the first game. Here you go. And okay, so yeah, I have no idea if you've been able to watch the game so far, but we have a Stargate and a Void Race for MC close position on the map, and supporting it with some gateway units as well.
Does he have the 4 warp gates or not?
Actually, I think he has a 3. He has 3
Okay.
warp gates, and a very nice pilot right there, being able to warp the unit up. And now Cass will be in a little bit of a trouble. He's 42 supply against 42, but he has a decent amount of Marines already, 8 Marines. He just has to make sure that actually the Marauders are taking out the Zealots. So, and this is going to be quite nice. I didn't think that MC would go for a play like that, but Cass SGT in a lot of trouble right now, has to micro perfectly, is taking out all those Zealots, and the Stalk is at the bottom of the cliff. Actually don't do too much. I have no idea why he's not just trying to walk in right now.
They're there for backup, so that if the Terran army advances on the Void Rays, the Stalkers can do some extra damage. But
the Stalkers are actually
it's
taking
quite
out
risky, because they can all get taken out by Marauders.
Which is exactly what's happening right now, but we don't have enough anti-air forecast.
Yeah,
He's
you're
just
right.
trying to get more Marines, but as you can see, all those Zealots deal a huge amount of damage to the Terran players as well. So Cass in a little bit of a bad spot right now.
He's losing that Void Ray, but new Marines, 2 Void Rays. I think he could hold.
There's another Void Ray already and another bunch of Zealots. This actually looks like MC is going to take the first map really fast. I mean, we are 8 minutes into the game and Cass is down to 27 supply. He actually doesn't have a lot of harvesters. He has 22 harvesters, but he doesn't have a lot of anti. GG right now. So basically he takes the game straight away. MC leading in the best of 7 series.
I missed most of the game, but I did warn Cass that MC might try a Void Ray warp-in tactic.
Okay, so we have the first game between Cass and MC. We have another Terran versus Protoss. We have Cass spawning at the top left on Khaldor Grubby. At the top right we see MC, and I have Grubby casting those games with me, which I'm very pleased about. So, yeah, what was your experience of the tournament so far? You took the 3rd place. Are you happy about that? Are you satisfied, content with the situation?
I'm pretty happy about taking 3rd place. I am. I didn't expect I would get to top 8. But things were going my way, I guess, and I felt good.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And I ignored that little voice which said, "Go for gate, go for gate" every time I get nervous. That's really hard to ignore.
Okay, well, now at least we know about that little devil on your shoulder. Yeah, about the game, what do you think about MC and Cass? You play Cass yourself, and now he's facing MC. He lost the first map. It's the best of 7. What do you think, Cass? He admitted earlier in the interview that the Protoss, he's not really comfortable with the matchup, that the TVP is basically a matchup that he doesn't like that much. He seemed to be really good in it a few weeks ago, but right now he isn't quite sure if he's actually up for it.
Yeah, I mean, every Protoss in Europe pretty much agrees that Cass is one of the best, if not the best, Terran in Europe, and Terran versus Protoss in Europe. So even if he doesn't like the matchup that much, that hasn't stopped him from cutting off a lot of heads, you know?
True that. What do you think? He told us that that's basically one of the first big lands where he is, and that he isn't used on playing on the stage.
Wasn't he at the assembly?
I'm actually not too sure about that.
Yeah, he was. I met him there.
Yeah, it might be.
I wonder who he lost to, but
yeah. But telling us that he's a little bit nervous. Can you remember when you were at your first lance, and do you think that will affect him a lot?
Well, I wasn't nervous on my first lance. That was kind of weird, yeah.
Okay.
Let's ignore that.
Born to be a pro gamer then.
I got really nervous after there were expectations. Like, let's say you win one tournament, then you go to the next one. That's when I got really nervous.
Okay.
But anyway, this is not about me. This is about Cass. He did say he was nervous to me as well. And yeah, I noticed some mistakes he made against me too. I did make more mistakes, but I think he has to play better than he ever has, probably, to beat MC.
Do you think he's capable of beating him?
Yeah, without a doubt, yes. But I mean, it's a best of 7. You're going up against MC. That's not easy. You need to win 4 maps against MC. So, you know, you need to probably change up your strategy a little. You need to be really solid. You need to scout. Can't play the same every game. And, well, obviously Cass has a lot of experience, but he's also got tendencies and a proclivity to play a lot of bio. For example, we haven't seen him make a lot of Banshees or mech, and if MC knows that could kind of help MC in eliminating some of the possibilities.
What do you think MC is going to do now? He's just adding his robotics, starting his tech, and he has one gateway so far, researching the warp gate technology. So what do you think will his strategy be on Tal'Darim Altar?
Well, Tal'Darim Altar, there are no real natural cliffs and chokes, so what's really good is to do a strong barracks attack for Terran. Obviously the map is quite big and that doesn't help double or triple barracks rush, but with the absence of a choke, you're going to need minimum 2 force fields to hold attacks. So you can see that MC is not doing a greedy one-gate straight expansion build. And we can actually see Cuss is going with 2 barracks and straight into starports. So he's not even expanding. And to me that says a quick 2 medivacs, 1 or 2 medivacs with a large bioforce and then an attack. And that would work pretty well against a player who did a greedy, fast expansion, but that's not what's going on. I think this game MC knows that he can't really assume what to expect. So he went for a quick robo. 1 gate into robo, then 2nd gate, pretty safe. See what your opponent is doing, then decide, am I going to stay on 1 base or am I going to expand? And of course, you can also expand and then cancel it if you feel like you cannot hold your opponent's attack. But 2-gate robo expand is pretty safe. It's not as safe as 3-gateway robo, but you're going to have pretty good macro and still pretty good unit amount with this.
Yeah, in the meantime, we have a lot of bio units for Cass, actually, and you're perfectly right. He's not going for his expansion so far. He's adding in the first medivac. We have Marauders as well, so he has a decent force up right now. Army supply is 14 to 17, and he's starting to drop, and he's immediately scouted by the observer, the Protoss player. So Cass should be ready for that attack. It's actually focusing on killing that factory or dealing at least a little bit of damage to the scouting factory of the Terran player. And right now, MC is adding 2 additional gateways in order to be able to produce a lot more units straight away if need be. And did you really? Yes, he knows about the scout.
I would have liked to see Cass just turn back. I mean, he has the idea to go for a quick drop, but it's not going to work when the Protoss knows about it. And I wonder whether he saw the observer seeing him.
He's actually trying to go through it and dropping